G'day folks, today DJI made a very powerful camera even more powerful with a new firmware update. Now the big thing they've added that many people are going to be very happy about is they've added Pro mode on the device itself. You no longer have to plug it into your smartphone to change those Pro settings. Plus they've added a few more features and enhancements, so let's go in and take a look. So DJI has been really busy this week releasing updates and enhancements for a lot of their products, and the Osmo Pocket is no different. Today we got a new firmware update that added a lot of new features. The Mimo app has also been updated and added some new features as well. So let's go in and we'll take a look at some of these new features. So let's fire up the camera here. Now one of the biggest new features they've added, and it was probably the most complained about thing, is that you can now change all your Pro settings via the Osmo Pocket itself. You don't have to plug it into your smartphone anymore. Before, if you wanted to set your own shutter speed or set any kind of manual settings, you had to plug this into your smartphone, change the settings, which then would be carried over to the Osmo Pocket even when you unplugged it. And that's a real pain, especially for those who like to use ND filters. Every time you want to change a setting or put a different ND filter on, you'd have to plug it in. So to turn on Pro settings, it's very easy. What we're going to do is swipe down from the top. We're going to slide over until we see Pro. Now all we're going to do is touch this, and you're going to see it light up. So it's now illuminated. That means Pro settings have been enabled. So now we're going to close this menu. Now after we've enabled Pro settings, you're going to see at the top there a little label that says Pro. If we click on that, that now brings up all different settings that we can adjust. Now before we get into some of the Pro settings, I can show you another feature here while we're in this menu. They've now added D-CineLike color profile. So if we click on color, you can now see we can switch it over to D-CineLike. So for those who like to do their own grading, that is definitely a welcome new feature. Now from these Pro settings, you can also see we can adjust our white balance. They have all different settings in there we can change it to. And if we click on exposure, we can still adjust our EV compensation here to whatever we need. But now we can also switch it over to manual mode. You can see we can adjust our ISO on this side, and we can adjust our shutter speed on the left-hand side. So definitely that is a very welcome feature. Now another feature that they've added that you can adjust via the Osmo Pocket itself instead of the phone is the focus mode. Now I'll just show you here. Again, we're going to swipe down, and we're going to slide over until we get to that icon there. Right now it's in autofocus continuous. If we click on it, it'll switch over to autofocus single. So no matter which focus mode you prefer to use, you no longer have to plug it into your smartphone to change that setting. Now for those who aren't aware, story mode is also fully functional now, so let's take a quick look at that. Just for demonstration, I'll film my plant here. Now you can go up to story mode by swiping that way, or you can just click on that button there and then select your story, the kind of theme how you want your video to look. So let's do fashion. All we're going to do is hit start. And basically what it's going to do is record a series of frames, and we can set the duration of each one. I'll just leave it on the lowest for right now. So I'll just go ahead and hit record here, and you can see it's going to record the little clip and then stop. Does a little playback, and then we go to the next, hit record again. Now obviously in a real world situation, you'd be out doing something more interesting than filming a plant. So when we're happy with that, click next again, and we just continue this process. So when we're done, we can hit preview all. Now I forgot to have my speaker on, but you can see it does put it to music as well. So as you can see, just for making quick little videos, it does come in handy. It's not for everybody, but for those who just want to make a quick little edit for Instagram or Facebook stories or something like that, it definitely does come in handy. So yeah, great updates this week from DJI, including the Osmo Pocket here. Well folks, that's basically it for my video. Give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.